Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to work on this Rockshox Judy XC. This is the 95-96 version. I'm going to dismantle this. It's a new year and I really want to move on with these. They've been laying around for quite some time. I'm going to do a video on the Rockshox Judy 1997 version. I've already ordered the elastomers / MCUs for that one, and I've also done it for this one. So we're going to undo everything, disassemble, and then we're going to reassemble again, hopefully. I think it's going to be exactly the same procedure as the 1997 version, so let's begin. I'm going to remove these bolts to take off this bridge. So I've already cracked I really started to remove these bolts because they were quite rusty and stuck. I needed to get a long Allen key wrench to have the right force to remove them. This is number 8 for taking off the brake studs. That should just come off now. I'm going to remove these elastomers. So on the first one, you'll see here it's an A6-bit. This one actually comes out fully. There's only one here that's damaged. I could order just the one singular part. I decided just not to bother. The person that was selling it on eBay from Spain, I'll put a link actually for that, sells it as a 12-piece set. I did try and find some polyurethane, I think it's called elastomer, from a French supplier, and it was actually coming up quite expensive. I couldn't find anything in France that was cheap, and so it was just not for the amount of time I was going to spend on finding it and then finding the right hardness, etc. It just wasn't worth it for me. I have seen some people selling it in Poland, and I think it was Hungary as well. There's someone that's selling some in Hungary. The one in Poland is really cheap. It's just postage to France just came up to the same, so I just didn't bother. Unfortunately, the other one is seems to be stuck inside. One of them's gone anyway, and I'm gonna look. I've got to try and pull this out with something. It seems very stuck there, and I think there's another bushing as well that's stuck inside. Once I remove this tube, I'll be able to hopefully push it out from the other side. And I've actually quickly put back the bridge because it holds the lower tubes in place, and actually you kind of want that to be stuck because when you're going to want a bit of leverage for undoing these bolts right here, as they're kind of well, they're stuck. So you're nearly number 5 and you want to release them a bit, and then we're going to smack them with the mallet. A little bit harder. Once you've smacked down those bolts, it should release the lower fork legs from the upper part, so you'll be able to slide it up. And I prepared a bucket, well, for the oil to leak on instead of on your floor and your carpet. So now this part here should release pretty much, and you'll see that there's oil leaking underneath. I'm going to take off these bolts fully now. Let's lift that completely off. Alright. You'll see here that there's oil now leaking out from the bottom. We can now go ahead and remove the boots. On the other end of the upper tubes, you have these circlips that we're going to need to remove to take out the cartridge, etc. So I'm going to begin with this one, and it's recommended to keep them in order. It will definitely make it easier when putting it back together if you do keep it in order. Underneath that is a wavy washer. Now this should just pull out. Oh, it's not. So I want to tap out the cartridge, and I'm going to use this very expensive tool. It's called a broom handle. I'm going to just tap it on the other side and hopefully I'll knock out the cartridge. Yeah. Oh, cool. That's where the rest of the elastomer went. It's here. Let's see if we can get the rest of the stuff in here. Yeah. Cool, so I'm going to now open this one up. Hopefully I'll be able to put oil in this again. I really don't know how hard that is to do. We'll do it anyway. So I'm going to push this from the other end. I'm going to push that. There you go. Yeah, and a little bit more oil coming out of that. There's also a circlip here to remove this seal damper thing. I'll do that maybe later on when I'm cleaning. And now for the other side, again the same thing. There's a circlip to take off. On the other leg, the part doesn't seem to be, the shaft doesn't seem to be coming out, so I'm going to have to use something more than a broom. Using quite a heavy tool with a hammer to smack it out. It's starting to move though. Yeah, it's nearly out. Okay, I've got it. That's quite hard. I don't know why it was stuck. Oh, because it's oh, well, we got all the parts out. We can remove now the bolts to take off the upper tubes from the crown. Yeah, so by using a screwdriver, just a little bit, opening up that slot that passes through, it opens it up to take off the upper tube. And there you go. Yeah, so I'm gonna give this all a clean now, and I'm then gonna wait for my new elastomers to come in, and then there's the brace to remove again. I put it on to just hold everything, and then we're good really. There's nothing else to it.